First on BBC One, Premier League football in Match of the Day with Desmond Lynham.
Good evening. If goals were the fiscal currency, then here tonight on Match of the Day, we've got a budget that's going to give you everything. 10 games into the season, Chelsea are the surprise package. Could they go and continue to their reign at the top of the Premiership? They were away to Liverpool and Anfield. Here's Flo. Petrescu. And Spurs travel to Newcastle United. With the Geordies with one eye at the moment on European football, could Spurs keep one eye on the Premiership? Maybe Jerry Francis's tenure as manager.
Nielsen will take it. Ferdinand! He got above Peacock.
Bolton Wanderers have been the surprise package, promoted from last season. They were at home to Aston Villa, fresh off their wonderful performance in the UEFA Cup.
With Scott Murray for Aston Villa. Dwight York. Ian Taylor.
We have all the goals that took place this weekend. And 2 members of the footballing Members of Parliament. Yes, they have been sworn in, and I promise you they're going to give a clear and impartial point of view, even if they sound the same. Still, let's get on with the action, shall we? Let's start with the league leaders. Going to Anfield is always a test of your title credentials. Many teams have passed and failed here. Indeed, last season, effectively, Manchester United won the Premiership with victory over Liverpool. Chelsea, we knew if they were to win this afternoon, it wouldn't quite give them the same sort of opportunity, but it could have given the impetus to really kick on. Trevor Davis was Anfield.
Well, Liverpool may be hoping, perhaps, with their trip away midweek to play Strasbourg in the UEFA Cup, this could be the opportunity to test themselves against one of the few English sides still in Europe. That's, of course, Chelsea in the Cup Winners' Cup. But Anfield today is certainly a buzz at the moment, with the fact that they may be able to get their title challenge on the way as they have the top of the league. Liverpool themselves are unchanged from their previous game. Collins continues to captain the side of Boston midfield. Young Danny Murphy is preferred partnering of Glenn Hudson in midfield. For Chelsea today, changes made with Torre André-Fro coming in. Gianfranco Zola is 6 goals this season, same type with Michael Owen. Where's your money on both of those to score first today? Glenn Hudson. Here coming forward is Zins. Now Berger. Owen. Good control. Patrick Berger. Blocked by Leboeuf. Chance for a counter-attack for Chelsea. Petrescu. Wise. Will have their red shirts back in formation again. Graham Lasso. Premier League winner with Collins, both for different clubs though. Chelsea do have another Premier League winner on the bench in Mark Hughes. Here's Dennis Wise, an FA Cup winner. Remember that? Culture Club, Crazy Gang. Oh! And Dan Petrescu nearly produced something quite spectacular. Chelsea became a whisker away from taking the lead. It would have been some goal had it accomplished defeat, but full marks for trying. Hudson. very ebbed and flowed in the sense that one area of Countertown, the other hasn't. There's been too many examples like that of poor passing. This is slightly better from Chelsea. Passing going forward, Zola. No foul given, no advantage given by David Ellery. Oh, this is nice by Torre-Andre Flo. That's delightful by Torre-Andre Flo. In a match in which not much has happened, a quality goal has given Chelsea the lead. And this is quality. Great footwork here. When presented with the pass through from Aston, look at this. Away from it, away from Kramer, picks his spot as Dominic Matthew comes across and just places that high into the net away from David James. This is the class bit. There, little touch away from Ince, strength ahead of Kramer, brilliant finish. That is an excellent goal. Liverpool's home form this season. They've only lost once at the moment. Chelsea have been beaten twice on the road and they're top of the Premiership. Here's Flo. Trescu. Oh! It looked more aerobatic than perhaps was required, but still it needed saving. One could say that could be one for the cameras. Trescu finding room. David James finding the right pose. Where did he strike it? Good save. One last corner to defend. Wise. Zola again, 2-0. They certainly deserve to lead and their lead has doubled. Liverpool have shown vulnerability at set pieces this season. Chelsea take advantage and Gianfranco Zola, he is there to finish at the moment. He has got his 7th goal of the season. Signed in November last year. His first full season, he really is starting to fly at the moment. Jason McAteer won't want to look at that. He's got a height advantage over Zola. Zola though, a sense of guile and skill the Irishman didn't see. And in the Italian, puts Chelsea into a 2-0 lead. At some point the question has to be, are Chelsea genuine title contenders? Nearly a quarter into the season and they have set the pace at the moment. Liverpool to consider themselves title challengers. The next 45 minutes will show us just what this team are capable of. Here's Patrick Berger. This is better. It's a looping ball towards Riedler. Gets his header down. Oh! First touch made, no penalty given. Ove Glenn-Hardson tried to control it. Thought he was fouled. Everybody in Anfield Road thought that was the case. It wasn't to be. Liverpool have come back from 2-0 down this season, certainly in the UEFA Cup. 90 minutes to do so in that match. 5 minutes to go in this one. Chelsea are on top. Torre-Andre Flo might have found Zola. Oh, David James, I think, has made a crucial save. That goes in, it's all over. But it's so simple in the way it's played. The target man looks for the little man. He splits the defence. Has to go on his right. James there has made a good save. Much better, I think, than the other one the camera saw. Here we go, another corner. Chelsea have only got 4 in the box for this one. Here is Lasso. Di Matteo. Might hit one. He thought about it. Murphy was there. Now Liverpool can move forward. Owen. Riedler trying to find way through. Here he is now. Owen again to Murphy. Now to Berger. Caught by Petrescu. Liverpool want it quickly. They won't get the opportunity. Berger was just caught by Petrescu. So this is far enough out for Patrick Berger to have a go. Decided not, played it into Riedler. So just plays it away. Riedler. Well, he's joined Gianfranco Zola on 7 goals for this season. He's given Liverpool hope on the hour. This young man is certainly enjoying his big occasion playing for Liverpool. They're going to need big moments like this as this half goes on. Owen, in truth, when the ball arrived to him from Riedler, who did well to drop deep. Owen, one touch to find the route. That's great play before Sinclair can get across. Owen has the shot away. And it's one back. Matthew does well to win it. Liverpool comes forward again. Certainly more emphasis from them. Clever ball by Inst Riedler. Now to Owen. Back to Karl-Heinz Riedler, who might have found Owen again! Oh, that's fantastic! A brilliant goal from Michael Owen. We're tied at 2 apiece. Brilliant play by the 2 front men. And from a goalkeeper that had nothing to do in the first half, there's nothing he can do about both of these Michael Owen strikes. Riedler giving far too much room, but look at the touch and the run. Just brilliant. Owen gives it away and there spins around the back of Steve Clark. What a ball that is by Riedler to find him. A really brave finish, a powerful finish, a mature finish. And Liverpool scents blood. Berger is off and Steve McManaman is coming on. Hudson, Ince, Owen, that's a clever ball. McManaman has space to attack here. Cross is blocked by Petrescu. Ince gets to Owen. Oh, he was caught late there by Michael Thomas. Might go in the book for this, and will do. Seems cynical on the fact that Zola had a run late in the match, but it was a late challenge. I would suggest it's given for the fact it's professional nature as opposed to the cause and effect. Chauvet has come on for Petrescu. Here's Clark. Poyetz. Ooh, Ince was late. The advantage is being played. Poyet wants to know why play wasn't stopped. Maybe this is the reason, because Chelsea have won it. I don't believe what I've seen there. A second for Toye Andre Flo. This time it was the control and the precise nature of the finish that was a joy to watch. There will be some worried people at Anfield because Chelsea now have taken the lead. 2 minutes to go. There was the late challenge, but crucially here, Chelsea played on particularly Roberto Di Matteo. When he saw the run, getting behind your runners, we saw Owen do. Kramer was in no man's land, one touch to control. A lovely cool finish which James had no chance on. McManaman. Thomas. McManaman back to Thomas. Need options. Thomas needs someone to pass to. It's Riedler. Riedler! That might be that. More of a chance and hidden hope, really. And it is the final act of a match which, if you judged on the first half, was quite poor. The second has been excellent. For the neutral, this was highly enjoyable. For Chelsea fans, it was highly memorable. For Liverpool fans, it's probably highly disappointing based on their second half comeback. The day belongs to Chelsea and Ruud Gullit. It is the second home defeat of the season for Liverpool. And Chelsea march on winners here by 3 goals to 2.
Well, after that performance, chaps, we've got to talk about Chelsea themselves. There's a real fighting spirit at the moment in Ruud Gullit's side. Yeah, there is. I think one of the things that really strikes me about the way in which they play is they do have that I'm not going to give up attitude, and that's invaluable, I feel, at times, and in top sides that's usually been the case. I kind of think in today's game, they switched off in the second half. Liverpool had that brilliant 10 minutes where they were back into the match, but Chelsea still found a way to win the game, and I think they'll be pleased with that. Well, tactically, both these teams tend to play with wing-backs and loaded their midfields. Was it a case of just the better players here today? I actually think it's actually a case of potentially here of a better positioning. I think the formations here for Liverpool at the moment, they really do need Robbie Fowler back. I think he might be able to offer a little bit playing with Owen. But Toye Flo came in and was a big burly target man. Zola got a lot of freedom today. Liverpool just couldn't deal with it. It was sometimes it's partnerships that can win and lose you games, and Liverpool's partnership wasn't as good as Chelsea's, I'm afraid. Well, now we'll head over to the Reebok here, and one of the promoted sides from last season, Bolton Wanderers. They were taking on Aston Villa, and a Villa side that had a big midweek trip to Atletico Bilbao. While their Villa may look to keep their European season alive, they know at the moment in the Premiership they've been just featuring around the middle of the table yet to really find their form. For Bolton, they've surprised everybody. It's a mid-table clash with just about everything riding on it. Commentary from this one comes from Trev Motson.
Newly promoted Bolton Wanderers are enjoying life in their new home. Unbeaten so far, the Trotters have upset the bookmakers as they aim to break into the top half of the Premiership table. Colin Todd's side are certainly going toe-to-toe with the very best that this country offers. It's been 16 years since Aston Villa were the best team in England, and those heady days seem a long way off right now. Villa have had a poor start to the season, and any hopes of a title challenge have already been extinguished. Nathan Blake missed a penalty in the last match at the Reebok Stadium, but his goal helped turn a point at Selhurst Park a week ago. John Sheridan returned to midfield following his suspension. Stan Collymore surprisingly starts on the bench for Villa, despite scoring twice last time out. The goal-scoring pressure falls on the shoulders of Savo Milosevic and Dwight York, whilst Michael Oakes makes a rare appearance in goal. Lovely ball out to Gary Charles for Villa in their first appearance at the Reebok Stadium this afternoon. Lovely tackle by Elliott, and now Franson can come away for Bolton. Good ball into the feet of Nathan Blake, and now the returning Sheridan. Oh, lovely ball into Blake, who is one-on-one with Oakes and gives Bolton Wanderers an early lead. 3 minutes on the clock, and it's Nathan Blake who banishes the memories of that missed penalty against Tottenham a fortnight ago. What a perfect start for Bolton Wanderers. It was so simple for the hosts. Lovely ball over the top by Sheridan. Blake was away, and there was never really any doubt where the ball would end up. Flat-footed defending from Aston Villa, and Blake punishes them. Bolton are ahead 1-0. Charles, former Derby County man, into Grayson. Ian Taylor. Hendry, a step over, has a shot, and it's blocked. And Bolton come away. Here's Blake, the goal scorer. Good ball to Holdsworth, who is in oceans of space and makes it 2-0. Just what were Villa thinking of at the back, though? Dean Holdsworth makes it 2-0 to Bolton Wanderers. And this is quite remarkable. One of the stories of the season so far, and Bolton are making another mark on this Premiership season. It was Southgate at fault, who tried to play the offside line, and he stepped up too late, giving Holdsworth the freedom of Lancashire to make it 2-0. Grayson. Hendry. Well off target from the youngster. And this has been a very sorry first half for Aston Villa. There's over an hour left for them to pull it back though. Grayson. Charles has seen plenty of ball on the right hand side. York. Milosevic! There's the lifeline they wanted. And it's Savo Milosevic. We were surprised that Stan Collymore wasn't starting, but the front two combine to get Aston Villa on the score sheet and back in this game. York's ball in, Milosevic's header, and it's 2-1 at the Reebok. Good combination play. And that is exactly what Aston Villa needed. Taylor. Hendry. Villa with their tails up now. This is Savo Milosevic. Good tackle. Now Sheridan. Blake. Per Franson towards Nathan Blake. Staunton deals with it, and Oakes can get the ball up towards the halfway line. Milosevic. Hendry. Hendry continues with the ball and is fouled. And Per Franson, Bolton's captain, goes in the book. Referee Stephen Lodge issuing the first card of this afternoon. And it goes to Per Franson. York takes it short to Grayson. Plenty of men in the box. This is Hendry. And the set piece play breaks down too easily. But Scott Murray for Aston Villa. Dwight York. Ian Taylor. Straight at Jääskeläinen. That was a really good chance for Aston Villa. Taylor should have done better. Hendry. Been so influential as Lee Hendry today. Really good performance from the young midfielder, and he's won a free kick for his side. 63 minutes on the clock, and it's been all Aston Villa this second half as they look to get back on level terms. York towards the edge of the box, comes out to Grayson. Now Murray the substitute. Taylor! That's twice Ian Taylor has had a shooting opportunity. And it's twice he hasn't really got his shooting boots on, but he's won a corner. Dwight York to Grayson. Now York. Taylor. Third time lucky perhaps for the midfielder. Plays it to Grayson. Milosevic. His shot is deflected and it will go out for another corner to Aston Villa. They really have their tails up now. You sense it's only a matter of time before they get back on level terms. Bolton raced into that lead. A 2-goal lead, of course. Villa coming forward again. Hendry finds Milosevic! 2-2. And it's Savo Milosevic once again for Aston Villa. And it's a fully deserved equaliser. Villa were awful for the opening half hour, but since then they really have come alive, and the story of the match has been all about the claret and blue side. And with a quarter of this match remaining, Villa will sense The 3 points on the table for them to gobble up. Lovely play again by Hendry. Milosevic continued his run, and that is a lovely finish beyond Jääskeläinen. Exceptional from Aston Villa. And it's 2 each at the Reebok. Comes out to Murray on the edge. Simon Grayson. Ekiog takes it on his chest. Saved by Jääskeläinen. The opportunity probably fell to the wrong man. And this is Gareth Barry for Aston Villa. Good ball in Milosevic. Good save in there by Jääskeläinen. And then just as you thought Milosevic might have completed his hat-trick, he couldn't direct his header on target. Milosevic. Time running out now. This is Arne Gunnlaugsen for Bolton Wanderers. One last attack from the hosts. Johansson, Thompson. It's now or never. Alan Thompson! Brilliant save by Oakes to secure a point for Aston Villa. Great effort. Matched by a brilliant save. But what a superb match of football we have been treated to. Bolton continue their unbeaten home start in this wonderful new stadium. But having gone 2-0 up, it really should have been all 3 points. Savo Milosevic's double brought Villa level, and it is finished at the Reebok Stadium. Bolton Wanderers 2, Aston Villa 2.
Well, top class performance from both sides. Draw a fair result, would you say? I'd probably say so. I think, you get really good games with both sides prepared to go and to attack one another. You can have no complaints at all. That's what this was. I think Villa did really well. They were tired from midweek, but were able to pick themselves up and salvage that draw. That's going to help them because they know when they've got Bilbao visit them in a couple of weeks at home, a big performance is going to be required by them. And what about Bolton Wanderers? Doing very well at the moment, aren't they? Exceeding all expectations, but it's early in the season, and I've talked about this before. Sometimes you can get a sense of adrenaline that can take you through the opening few weeks of the Premiership. It's going to be interesting how Bolton perform. We get through Christmas, all those games coming thick and fast. We get into January and February, I think we'll know really whether they're okay. They can pick up enough points over that period, I think they'll be fine. If they do get into a bit of a rut, then I think they'll be in trouble. Right, let's review some of the other games that took place at the weekend. Let's go to Anfield and Arsenal. They were hosting another Premiership side in Barnsley. Arsenal showed they're probably a class and a division apart from their opponents in Barnsley. And Arsenal got it all going thanks to some good work and good guile from Patrick Vieira. His finish was far too good. The Gunners off to the perfect start. And they continue their brilliant form by winning every 50-50 by getting themselves in great area. Lee Dixon found Ian Wright through to score again. 2-0 before Barnsley knew it in a blink of an eye. And then 3 just before half-time, but this was a real peach. A curler and a perler from Overmars, rifled into the corner to rival his goal against West Ham. In the second half, Arsenal continued the pressure and continued forcing their way forward, all the way from the back, particularly from centre-half, particularly from Martin Keown. Suddenly he found himself the most forward player, duly obliged by scoring his first goal of the season. The 5th was a good team goal by Arsenal in the end. Lee Dixon was excellent on the right all afternoon. A perfect cross which Mark Overmars headed home from about 2 and a bit yards. Comprehensive performance from Arsene Wenger and Arsenal. Barnsley, well, they look like they're in trouble now. Manchester United are just starting to motor into gear, particularly in Europe, but against Crystal Palace they had a slightly stuttery start. Early on in the game, Ryan Giggs, who got a man of the match performance, won them a penalty. Dennis Irwin stepped up to take it, but he's hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Needn't worry for Manchester United, they were able to pick themselves back up. Without Roy Keane, you wonder who was going to step up. It looks like it's going to be Ryan Giggs. He was on the end of a fantastic counter-attacking move involving Andy Cole and Teddy Sheringham. Ryan Giggs would turn out to be the provider of get the goal, which would seal the game in the end. After being played through by Beckham, his cross was absolutely on point for Andy Cole to head home. Manchester United 2-0 winners away from home. Looking quite important, these sort of results. Now, surely Leicester City aren't going to win the Premiership. I mean, I would probably bet Gary Lineker's underwear that they won't do it. Although, if Steve Guppy had his way, that might be quite possible. Leicester City suddenly found themselves ahead. But as the game wore on, so did Derby County, who grew into this East Midlands derby. And it was a particular goal by a fantastically talented Iranio. A lovely curling strike that was far too much in goal for Peggy Arfexed. And the winning goal would arrive again with another cross from Iranio, and Dion Burton, perhaps the most informed centre-forward in the Premiership. His wonderful header won this game for Derby County, condemned Leicester back in the title race. Now, before we finish our roundup, how about seeing perhaps the best team goal you're going to see this weekend? Blackburn Rovers provided it. It was wonderful interchange of play, unselfish teamwork, a tap in the end for Kevin Gallagher. Be the easiest goal he'll score, but it was a beautiful goal to watch. Deserved winner in this one. Top class performances be all around. Now let's go off to Newcastle United. While they have got themselves into a position where they may potentially be in pole position to qualify out of their group, with a big game to come in midweek with PSV Eindhoven, Newcastle United knew today that a big game to warm them up was Tottenham Hotspur, but for Spurs it really was a nervy game for them. Jerry Francis has said after 2.5 years that he should be able to turn the side around and get them into some winning performances. So far that hasn't materialised for them, and Spurs are starting to drop further and further towards the relegation zone. Commentary from this one comes from Trev Champion.
It's difficult who to lay eyes on today at St James's Park. Newcastle in a far better position than Tottenham, with a couple of 0-0 draws that were disappointing by the standard of performance that we saw from Newcastle, but they're certainly in form in terms of their intent. Spurs on only 10 points will be looking to make sure that pattern doesn't continue, and a familiar lineup for Newcastle. Gillespie, Barnes all on form. They just need to rein in a few more goals. Spurs, on the other hand, unleash Les Ferdinand and David Ginola upon their previous employers. St James's Park is now enemy territory. It's a bright start for Tottenham. Here's Fox. Pierce goes to him, but Fox looking to cut inside here. Gillespie coming rather out of position there to make the challenge. Here's Nielsen. And Ginola. Anticipation. Hamilton trying to push him out. And Ginola's cross for Ferdinand! Wouldn't you know it? It had to be the Ginola and Ferdinand combination. Once in the stripes of the Magpies, now they have opened the scoring, combining Ginola's cross, fairly straightforward. Barton did not go out to Ferdinand. It's a real error from the back four of Newcastle. Picked him out, and the left foot volley on the swivel. Given had no chance. It's 1-0 Spurs. Fox again. Oh, Nielsen's in space on the edge. Lee was quick out to him. He's going to come back for Fox. Unfortunate there. Here's Carr. And Ferdinand was in there again, and that's going to be a corner. Nielsen will take it. Ferdinand! He got above Peacock. But underneath the ball, and it sails into the crowd, but that's a real chance again for Les Ferdinand to do more damage to Newcastle. Pierce for Gillespie, back to Pierce. Couple of give and goes there. Gillespie into Lee. He is heavily involved in this attack. Gillespie too. And Barnes! Oh, that's a great goal. It's 1-1. John Barnes peeling away from his marker. It wasn't the best defending again, it has to be said. It was a similar finish to Ferdinand's in all honesty. But two great strikers' goals have brought us to a 1-1 situation here. Gillespie with a left foot cross and Barnes, so much power behind that. Edinburgh let him go, and that was crucial. Lovely ball out to Ginola, who won the header. Edinburgh picks it up, and here's Armstrong. And Fox has got some space, as he's had all game really up to now. Ferdinand on the wing this time. Howells backs him up. That's a good challenge by Lee, and Newcastle can break here. Defence into attack quickly, but Spurs have won it back. Armstrong on the stretch. It's wide, but you get the feeling, not just from that passage of play, that this game could go anywhere. Threaded ball, and Armstrong on the stretch just couldn't direct his shot on target. Still a fairly even game up to this point. Here's Barnes. Oh, and Barnes with a dipping curler. And again, that left foot of his. So dangerous. That's Bayer immediately into the action. Asprilla delayed on it for too long. Ginola with the outside of the foot. That was nice. Here's Ferdinand. Held him off well there. Ferdinand still goes on. And still it's deflected over for a corner. The strength to shrug off Philippe Albert, who's no small man himself. Such a danger, Ferdinand, in that final third. It's suffice to say that Newcastle and Spurs have upped their game in this. Oh, that's a terrific threaded ball for Fox! It's 2-1, and Spurs, out of absolutely nothing, are back in front. And Fox immediately acknowledges Howells, whose through pass tore Newcastle completely in two. Fox, it was an overlapping run as Ferdinand held his position and Howells spotted him. The spot was one thing, the execution of the pass is another. And Rule Fox, with a terrific finish, nudges Spurs back in front. Well, Gillespie has not had the joy he's had recently on that side, and Thomason enters the fray for Newcastle. Crowd want that ball up the pitch now. Newcastle willing to be patient for the time being. That's a good long ball over to Thomason. Thomason with a long pass for Asprilla. He's onside! Fastidio Asprilla! It's 2-2! The flag stayed down! And Thomason makes an immediate impact at St James's Park. He's only been on the pitch a matter of moments. And he found Asprilla, who had somehow managed to keep his line. Spurs have got to be questioned again there. It's a lovely ball over the top. One touch to set it up and bent round the goalkeeper. 2-2. Campbell. Either side could go for broke here, or hang on to what they've had. Newcastle don't want another draw, that's for sure. They have got the goals in this, but they need the points. Here's Peacock. Drew Armstrong in and finds Barton. Gets by and Barnes. Newcastle looking for the win. Here's Batty. And Nielsen made the challenge. The referee's pointed to the spot. It's a penalty. Well, Nielsen protests, as do many others. Mabbott leading the charge, but Batty couldn't get the shot away. There's the challenge. The ball isn't taken. It's so clumsy from Nielsen. John Barnes for 3-2. Scores! Newcastle have come back with 4 minutes to go. And Barnes has his second. What drama here at St James's Park. The Toon Army going wild. John Barnes from the spot looks to have taken the points. There's a challenge. Batty is clever. He nudges it away from Nielsen, who stands on the foot. And such a cool and calm penalty from Barnes. A composure with the pressure on. Nielsen. Fox. Went over the head of Everson, but it's going to find Ginola. Now's the time for a moment from him. Ginola. Howells. And Howells with the shots deflected. And it's past the post. It's going to be a corner. This will be the last chance of the game, surely. Howells' shot. I don't know where it was going, but it changed direction rapidly. It's now or never for Spurs. Nielsen with a corner. Everson climbs! Fantastic save from Gibbon! He may have saved the points. It's an incredible stop with the right hand. Onto the crossbar. It's over. Newcastle have won it. 2-1 down to 3-2 up. John Barnes the hero. And Spurs remain in the bottom half of the table. Newcastle with some much needed points of their own. They had to fight to get it. A terrific game. Newcastle 3, Spurs 2.
Well, is that the end of Jerry Francis then, Trevor? I think that's what we need to know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether he'll be sacked, but you know, that was so desperately unlucky. I thought Spurs played really well to get themselves into the game, to have the chance, and then to throw it all away, concede the penalty, and yeah, I think that's disappointing. From where they were in the first half, they really dropped off in the second, and I think maybe credit that we have to give to Kenny Dalglish and Newcastle United for fighting back. Well, another player that we thought was past it, part of Newcastle's dad's army, but he's had a resurgence, hasn't he, John Barnes? I thought he was excellent today. The first goal, fantastic finish that is, to catch a ball like that on the volley, but also to find yourself in that space, that takes real footballing brain. The penalty is just experience, it's just being able to understand these moments of pressure and stepping up to the mark and sticking the ball away. I thought was really class. It was a really, really great moment and a great goal. Well, now to another story that's broke this evening here in the Premiership. Let you know that David Pleat has been sacked from Sheffield Wednesday. Peter Shreeves has taken over as caretaker coach just ahead of their big game where they were taking on Everton in what was already looking like a relegation six-pointer. As we go ahead and get reviews here from Trevor Sinstadt. Peter Shreves took over at Sheffield Wednesday and made an instant result. All he had to do was to get Di Canio, Booth and Carboni to play well together. He got all three. It was enough to beat Everton in this relegation dogfight, especially early on when suddenly Andy Booth headed in after Paolo Di Canio's hit the bar. And then on the counter-attack, Wednesday proved that they were rife. But one of the things that was apparent that's been lacking so far is the form of Benito Carboni. After Booth's wayward effort, Carboni showed good guile and good placement and good skill to finish. 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Hillsborough delighted. As Wednesday looked like they were going to hold on for their first win of the season, the jitters started to show, and it showed with Everton seizing on the opportunity. After poor goalkeeping from Kevin Pressman, Ferguson and Uster combined, and the latter went ahead and brought a goal back for Everton. It turned out to be consolation in the end, as a minute later, suddenly Wednesday found themselves with the goal that sealed it all. And it was a bit of Di Canio brilliance, waltzing his way through the Everton defence, guile and placement to finish. Wonderful stuff for Wednesday. Shreves says he doesn't want the job full time, but can you think of anyone that could do a better job than him? This season, West Ham United struggling away from home. Southampton are just struggling. But on this occasion, though, it was the Saints that showed that they could find their form when required, especially earlier on when Bernali's cross was brilliantly volleyed in by Lego Lustenstadt to put Southampton 1-up. And then it was the Matt Le Tissier show. He stole on an error by Ian Pearce, then pounded his way into goal, one-on-one with McCloskey. Absolutely no chance. Liddell delighted with that. The third goal, though, was perhaps down to slightly poor goalkeeping. You can judge for yourself. While it was a long ball that was hoofed into the area, eventually when it did break to Matt Le Tissier, he found a yard to get past Pearce. Now, is that a shot the goalkeeper should have saved? McCloskey may not want to see it again. The Saints will. They went marching to a 3-0 win. Now, Coventry City Leeds United wasn't a particularly good game, so it does get our last feature in terms of the highlights. That's not because it featured any goals. Actually, it didn't feature any great chances. The best moment was probably this one. Well, we say best. To be honest, it's our only highlight. Clement was sent off for a second bookable offence after his tackle, and Alfinger Haaland. The less said about this game, the better. So 10 weeks into the Premiership, Chelsea lead 1 point over Arsenal. Manchester United sit a couple of points behind them after their defeat. Leicester City are down to 4th. Derby County, recent performances have pushed them all the way up to 6th. Crystal Palace, a promoted side, remain in the top half of the Premiership. After Villa's and Bolton's draw, they remain tied right in the middle of the table, but lower down. The heavy defeats for Barnsley means they go to the foot of the Premiership. Despite wins for Southampton and a first win in the season for Sheffield Wednesday, they still remain in the relegation zone. West Ham, Spurs and Everton might be feeling a bit uncomfortable this evening. In the goal-scoring marks, it's all Arsenal at the top, 9 apiece for Bergkamp and Wright. Is there no stopping them? Michael Owen remains behind them, joined up with Chris Sutton. Other than that, no real major changes. Right, folks, now it's time to talk about our man of the day here on Match of the Day. We can give it none other than John Barnes for his coolness under pressure to take all 3 points for Newcastle against Spurs. And from all of us, thank you very much. We're off to celebrate Trevor Sports' birthday. Bye-bye.
John Barnes, the 3-2. Scores! Newcastle have come back with 4 minutes to go. And Barnes has his second.
Thank you for watching here this match on Trevor Sports. If you've liked it, please don't be afraid to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And if you do fancy it, head on over to the Ko-fi. The link is in the description. Buy me a coffee for all the hard work. Further than that, make sure you enjoy more games coming up.